Alright, sorry about that. Was devouring a bagel. A bagel. And having breakfast at 1:30. So
Radiant team ban.
I was trying to do that as fast as I can. As we get into this draft between EPG and this other team of 5 a.m. Take a look at the bans, take a look at the picks. Wisp, Treant Protector, Shadow Fiend banned out. Of course, you've got that Clockwork. You don't want that Cogs, not abuse, but you don't want those early Cog souls to really become a problem if you're going to pick a mid laner that might be weak up against it. And we take a look at the other bans from EPG: Earthshaker, Batrider, Lina, and then Darkseer, Nightstalker picked up for 5 a.m. while EPG they pick up Clockwork and Dazzle. So, you know, you take a look at both these lineups and it looks as though they both have offlaners ready to go. Darkseer for 5 a.m., Clockwork for EPG. And, you know, you find and see this Dazzle, you might see someone like a Huskar come out. We saw it get banned up against the Ding Dong squad, but
5 seconds remaining.
I don't really think Huskar's that good right now. I don't think he's going to get picked up. I think Dazzle's just a good support. And, you know, him as a support, you've got that slow in the early game, that early save of Shallow Grave, especially the Shadow Wave, to heal them up is pretty nice.
10 seconds
And then right now for 5 a.m., they've got Nightstalker and Darkseer. So you've got a position 4 that, you know, really tries to make his presence felt
reserve time
at that first night. So if he comes over, maybe he's got an Ion Shell on him, he runs forward with Darkseer, you get to that first night, you get that slow, you get that silence, and it's a lot of damage coming in from the Ion Shell and the Void and everything that Nightstalker and Darkseer are throwing at you. And now you combine that up for with Disruptor, where you've now got that chase capability. You've got the ability to get in their face, have the Ion Shell, cage them up. It really is something that can be quite amazing.
5 seconds remaining.
This lineup, of course, purple and blue, very nice, keeping the colors real tight, and I like it. Static Storm will keep a couple of these heroes in. You get the Dazzle, you get the Clockwork, especially, you know, you take out that Shallow Grave, and it should look good for Elements Pro Gaming. You've got Ember Spirit banned out, as well as the Lina from EPG. Nyx is banned out from 5 a.m. And, you know, you try to wonder what Elements Pro is going to go with next. We've seen a lot of Razor get picked up in the safe lane and mid lane. We could possibly see that. And then over with the, you know, Disruptor, Nightstalker, Darkseer, you want something to kind of go with that. You don't pick up the Warlock because you've already got Disruptor and Nightstalker. Maybe you go with a Puck. Puck with a nice Vacuum. You get that Dream Coil in, Vacuum Wall. Even a Static Storm to get that back up. I like that kind of lineup, especially with Puck. He's very mobile and works pretty well with Nightstalker. So, you take a look at Elements Pro Gaming. They're looking towards that next pick. And they've got Dazzle and Clockwork thus far. So, let's see what they do with that. And what they want to go with in, you know, Shadow Fiend already banned out. And they do pick up the Juggernaut.
Dire team pick.
So Juggernaut, Dazzle, Clockwork. Picked up for Elements Pro. I kind of like this. You've got the slow, which does well with the Blade Fury of Juggernaut to get those early kills. If you can get the lock-in on the cogs, that's always nice.
5 seconds remaining.
But Juggernaut, with this lineup, you know, you like when Juggernaut can get in there, stay alive with the Shallow Grave, Shadow Wave comes in, you get that boost to a Juggernaut that might be a little bit weak, especially if his healing ward has been taken out early in the fight.
10 seconds remaining.
So Nightstalker going to be your roaming support. Can roam well with Disruptor.
Radiant team pick.
If they do go for a couple of kills. in the early game, especially towards that first night. But now you've got Quap over in the mid lane. And Quap, another, high mobility hero, works well with the Night Stalker.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Let's see
Reserve time.
how they work with this. Because a nice vacuum into a Sonic Wave for 5 a.m. can do a lot to this team. And if that's on top of a Static Storm where Dazzle can't get a Shallow Grave out and they're still taking the damage from Static Storm and Clockwork can't move, I like the lockdown. They still, in my opinion, need a more heavy stun, maybe a Sven in the safe lane. Viper gets picked up for Elements Pro. So Viper mid, Juggernaut safe lane. Let's see if Clockwork is in fact that off laner or if he is that 4 position.
10 seconds remaining.
So Legion gets banned out. They do think that they might pick an off laner
back.
that isn't Clock.
Radiant team pick.
Let's see, what can they pick here? If they're gonna go off laner, they could go. Nah, already banned out. Maybe I don't like Tide.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think he fits here. And Kunkka, yeah, he's gonna be your 4. So Kunkka's gonna be your roaming support. Clockwork's going to be your off laner. I like the catch of X marks the spot. Goes well, sets up the hook shot. You can get the cogs in there. I do like Kunkka with Clockwork, and if they had the Shadow Fiend, it would be an even better lineup. So, Darkseer, Night Stalker, Disruptor, Queen of Pain, they need a safe laner, and they're going to go with the Morphling. It's not what I expected. I did think that they were going to go with the Sven, but Adaptive Strike comes out a little bit later in the game, and Morphling could be nice. Especially with sort of this lack of catch for EPG, where, of course, they do have X marks the spot, and they have the hook if it gets hit. Maybe they get the cogs in there, but Morphling can get away with the replicate, with the waveform, make a lot of space for himself. I don't know if Elements Pro are going to be able to handle this Morphling. So we'll definitely have to see. You've got Aramed on the Kunkka, Mage on the Viper, Illidan on the Juggernaut, LeBron Dota playing the Dazzle, Mitch on the Clockwork. For the other side, you've got Darkseer, WK on the Night Stalker, Dryanex, Drinsk on the Disruptor, Taz on that Queen of Pain. He's, of course, moved over from Counter-Strike, and Gothix on the Morphling. So here we are, ready to go in game 1. It is a best of 1. And there's already a pause. So, just waiting. As I didn't realize that Morphling pick was the finish off of the all-blue draft. That was nice. Where the graph is at. This is the round of 64. Got this coming up now. Next after that is the round of 32. And then finally, that'll actually be it. Round of 16 gets played tomorrow. So I'm pretty sure Bulldog Stack has to win just one more game to make it to tomorrow. That they do. Hopefully we get started soon. We have waited all this time. Kind of want to, see a game. Would be nice. Just one. We just want one game. That's all we really need. That's all we're really hoping for, and hopefully it comes soon. So we sit here waiting between Elements Pro Gaming and 5 a.m. We've got Kunkka, Juggernaut, Viper, Dazzle, Clockwork up against Morphling, Quap, Disruptor, Darkseer, and Nightstalker. Look at that, man. Open. I really just want this game to start. Be easier to bounce off someone, but you just look into this draft, and I'll try and get into it. Do what best I can, and you look at it. Again, I think they don't have enough catch for this Morphling. They've got early game pretty good with the Viper, the Dazzle, Kunkka, and the Clockwork. I think that opens up space for the Juggernaut, but I don't know. The early game of 5 a.m. is pretty nice as well. It works very well for them. They've got the early aggression that'll come out from the Nightstalker. And, you're really hoping with the Ion Shell, Darkseer can get enough farm. Quap has a pretty good time over mid. It's going to be a little bit tough. Going to be blinking out a lot. I think Viper's going to be very aggressive over in that mid lane.
Patience from Zoe. Patience from Zoe.
A mouse update. A mouse update. Alright. Mouse update. Here we go, boys. We got ourselves a mouse update. Just want this game to start. I'm so bad at just freely talking when nothing is happening. It's my biggest flaw. It's being able to talk by myself. Just, especially when the game is paused. I could do it when the game is happening. There's something to talk about, but when nothing has happened, nothing to talk about, I definitely struggle. So, I'm sorry for the silence. I've been ulted, and I don't know how long this is going to take and how long I really have to buy time for. I'm scared, guys. We talk about the wombo combo of this team. Vacuum, Sonic Wave, Static Storm. Morphling comes in with a waveform across the bow. For the side of EPG, I think they're more looking for pickoffs. Their team fight doesn't seem too great to me. Of course, they've got the boat, Clockwork to initiate, but I don't know. And we're ready to go. We are finally there. This game will happen. 5 a.m. versus EPG. Let's get to the news. So, already for this game to start, about a minute to the horn. They're going to try and get these bounty runes, place these deep wards. You've got a deep ward coming in for the side of EPG, and smoked up is the rest of this team, this Quap and this Night Stalker. I don't think they're going to make a move over towards the enemy jungle. The only one who might make their way over there is the Darkseer, and he places this ward not as deep as the ward that got placed against them. You take a look over, they've also got themselves a mid ward, which is nice for the rotations that are going to come out from the Night Stalker. I'll have to see how this team really plays out these lanes, because I think if Morphling gets just, I would say mid-game is really where he becomes an issue, especially once he gets that Lincolns. Ultimately, he could become a trouble. A trouble. Can become trouble for EPG.
The battle begins.
So here we go. Bounty runes 2 apiece. Taz and Gothix are going to pick it up for the side of 5 a.m. Mage and Illidan, they'll grab their own. We take a look over bottom. LeBron Dota is going to be on this Dazzle. We take a look. Juggernaut is played by Illidan over mid. It's going to be Mage on the Viper with RMN on the Kunkka. And in the offlane, we've got Mitch with Clockwork. He's going to be up against this Disruptor and the Morphling. Again, I don't think there's much catch for him. And we take a look over mid. RMN is going to miss that Torrent by quite a bit. It's a dual lane mid for the time being. We take a look over bottom. Illidan's getting very low to this double Ion Shell. He's got to watch out. Forced to use that Blade Fury to try and kill off these creeps. But even then, he's taking so much damage from this Ion Shell. It's only level 1. But burns a lot on Illidan, and he might be forced to use that Salve. We take a look over mid once again. Take a look. Night Stalker's just trying to use that Void. I don't think he's going to really accomplish anything with it, as Taz just continues to take some harass. There's the Shadow Strike out on the Kunkka. Mage getting a little bit low, only level 1, just about level 2, so we'll see what he takes next. Probably going to be Nether Toxin. And... Really? I wasn't expecting Morphling to go down at all. Mitch, he's going to get a kill solo on the Morphling. That's insane. I wasn't even going to bother to look there for maybe another minute. I didn't expect Gothix to be taken out. But now he's taken out. They're going to move over the Night Stalker. And it could be a tri-lane over top. We take a look over mid. Taz is actually getting very low. Might be taken out here. I miss another kill bottom as I look over mid, thinking that Taz is going to be taken out. He doesn't end up getting the kill. He's got the corrosive skin on him instead of another toxin. And we take a look over top again. There's the Thunderstrike. They're trying to get the kill. The Cogs are going to block out this Night Stalker. The waveform forward from Gothics. They're still trying to get this kill. The Void comes in. Night Stalker and Morphling, they continue to chase, but the Fairy Fire is enough to keep this Clockwork alive. And he'll be able to back out. Again, you take a look over at Taz, and I think this is really going to be the case with Quap. We saw it with the Ding Dong squad, where you'd constantly get that static link. They'd be forced back, pushed all the way back, and it would serve to be an issue. And Taz, he's kind of in this similar situation as a Quap, where you get hit with a couple of these shots from Viper, and you're in a little bit of trouble, but he's going to blink on forward. They're going to try and go for this Viper. Meanwhile, down bottom, Darkseer is going to die. They're going to try and get the Void out on Viper. He survives. I'm looking at the potential kills over mid, and Darkseer dies again. I can't handle this. It's just not working out. You guys have seen it. You guys already know my camera work is just so trash. And have I seen a kill? No. I'm 0 for 3. It's sad, but Taz, they're looking towards Viper again. Viper at full health. Don't think they're going to make that move. And we take a look up top. The Cogs come out once more on Gothics. Mitch very low. No battery assault available as he has not enough mana. They're going to get the glimpse on back. Maybe we see our first kill. The body box coming in from the Disruptor. Is it going to be enough? The Morphling is going to wait for him forward. The Torrent hits from Kunkka. He's going to get his life saved again. I'm just hoping to catch a kill on camera. The Torrent comes in, saves Clockwork with about 70 health. Just so close to going down. So you take a look over mid. Again, Taz, he's got 2 null talismans. Looking for that bottle next. We see if Mage is going to try and make something happen on this Quap one more time. The rotations haven't come out yet, but they do have to be careful as it's now that first night. Let's see if Night Stalker accomplishes anything. He gets that Void coming forward on Illidan with the Ion Show. He's going to continue to chase him, but Illidan's going to be able to run off. There's not enough mana for another Void on this Night Stalker. He'll just chase Illidan out of this lane and hopefully look to get his Darkseer a little bit more farm. So again, Mage just hitting away at this Quap. Burn from the poison attack, just doing so much to Taz. Again, forced to blink away. Take a look over bottom. A big time hit coming out on the Night Stalker. He's going to be hit by that poison touch. He's going to be slowed up by a nice body block from a creep of their own to save WK's life. It was a creep of Illidan's that kind of got through that pathway of the tree, stopping him from progressing forward. He still wants to go in on WK. He doesn't have Omni Slash available. He's about a half level away from that. So it should be okay for this Night Stalker. And they actually look towards Shrine. There's the Blade Fury out on the Darkseer. Can he get to the Shrine in time? He will. So now Blade Fury's down. They think about chasing Illidan, and they won't. Let's take a look up top. I'm trying to keep up with these possible kills as we take a look over bottom. LeBron Dota might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to use that Shallow Grave. Try and TP out. Will successfully do so. We take a look over top. There's a Torrent. They get the kill on the Disruptor, and Mitch gets credit for another one. He's now 2-0. Again, Taz backed up pretty far. And it's already a 2,000 net worth lead for EPG. Taz, I don't understand why you're moving forward. Good disjoint there, and now WK coming over near tower thinking that he might be able to make something happen. They don't have Sonic Wave just yet. Taz not level 6. So even if you want to go in and get that Sonic Wave, it's going to be rough.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So now you take a look. Let's take a look at Illidan. He's 37-14. Him and the Viper do lead pretty well. Take a look. RMN being back to base. So we take a look over bottom as LeBron Dota is going to be caught up by that Void of WK. He's going to use that Shadow Wave to heal himself back up. Darkseer is trying to come in, but he doesn't have Ion Shell, so it's not the smart play. And not enough mana for Omni Slash is Illidan on that Juggernaut. Take a look over. RMN spots out this Disruptor. And RMN will just be pushed back with that Thunder Strike. You take a look over again at Taz. They continue to push this Tier 1 over mid. Let's take a look over bottom. Illidan and LeBron coming over. Have enough mana for that Omni Slash. If they could push back Darkseer enough, I think they're going to try and go with Phase Boots and get the Omni Slash off on Darkseer, and that's exactly what he does. But he's going to survive with just a little bit of health. He's got 40 health left, trying to juke out Illidan. Can he get to the trees? Can he get himself out with a TP? He actually doesn't have enough mana for it, so Illidan has him dead to rights and will get himself another kill. So 5-0 in favor of EPG. Take a look over mid. Mage is looking like he's going to be the next one to fall. The Shadow Strike should burn him out, but the Shadow Wave is going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. There's the Shallow Grave to stop the Sonic Wave from getting the kill. Taz is going to be the first one to drop. LeBron is going to drop on the back end. Finally, this Viper dies. They get the X marks the spot out on WK. Meanwhile, Mage has got another kill coming in on the Disruptor. The Torrent hits, and RMN, he gets the kill on Night Stalker. So that was great play there from LeBron Dota with the huge save onto the Viper. He doesn't end up surviving the entire onslaught, but he gets another kill and brings down those heroes on 5 AM quite low, enough for the rest of his team to clean him up. Take a look over bottom again. They've got X marks the spot on Darkseer. He's going to drop that wall, try and force it out. They've got the Viper as well as Kunkka in the wall, but it's not going to keep them alive. They're going to die, and the wall is all for 9 as they team up and combine as Mage gets the kill over on Darkseer. Take a look up top. Clockwork might be in a little bit of trouble. Silence up by that Night Stalker. The waveform is going to come across the bow. Kinetic field not on the money, so he still continues to run away. There's the glimpse back, but that's a lot of space between him and the Night Stalker and Morphling. They're still going to try and continue to go in. They do have waveform again, and the hook shot to make some distance. Mitch gets denied by neutral creeps. 5 AM. He's dead, dude. He's dead. They don't even end up getting that kill. And it's 9-2 for EPG, denying them of their possible third kill. So let's take a look up top. This Morphling still looking for treads. It's going to be a long ways away from that Lincoln's, and I think EPG are really moving this game quick enough at being so aggressive at 4K net worth lead to really try and just make sure this Morphling doesn't get too strong. There's the battery assault coming in, but he realizes the TP is coming out from Disruptor. Doesn't want to go in. Disruptor doesn't have Static Storm, so I think Clockwork might have been fine unless he got Kinetic fielded and caged on the under the tower. So now you got two heroes smoked up coming in for EPG, both LeBron, Dota, and RMN on the Kunkka. Let's see if they can get the X marks the spot. Does he have hookshot available? He does, and they might be able to set something up. It's just a Disruptor for now, as Morphling's out of lane, but he's coming back, so if they have some patience, they can find themselves another kill on Morphling. So Gothix is going to come forward. Hiding in the trees is going to be this Disruptor. They actually find him. There's going to be the hook shot in. They got the Cox. The Weave's going to come through on 2. They're looking for the boat. They'll get themselves the kill on the Disruptor. Now TPing in. He's going to be the Night Stalker. Let's see if they can slow him down. He's got the Void, but he's going to be kept alive so far with the nice Weave from LeBron Dota. They're continuing to go in. There's the Shallow Grave to keep RMN alive. He's going to try and TP out. He finally does do so. Gothix is going to be the next one to drop, so they've taken out 2. Mage has made his way over, and Quap's going to have to blink out to try and survive. WK has no more mana. He's going to try and get behind this Tier 1, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Mitch is going to continue to dive. There's the Rocket Flare. He survives for the time being with about 150 health. Mitch and Mage are going to make sure this man goes down. LeBron Dota likes to join the fray. They'll give the last hit to Mage, and they'll get themselves a dominating streak for their Viper, now up 5K net worth. So 12-2. After all that time waiting for this game, it's now a 12-2. Bit of a slaughter going on in the early game. And the EPG, they're doing very well right now. 5K net worth lead. You're looking for a Midas on this Viper. are planning to take it late if it does get there, just in case the Morphling and the side of 5 a.m. do get it to go late. Take a look over at Juggernaut. Actually, Kunka. He's going to use a boat to get off this, get the kill on the stack. You take a look at Clockwork, he goes Hooded Defiance first. Sometimes you see that Force Staff first, but Hooded Defiance. See how that works out for the Clockwork. Juggernaut, Phase Boots, Yasha looking for the Man Style as is tradition. And he actually just TPs over top, as he can kind of sense something coming his way. So let's take a look at this Darkseer, still trying to get himself the mech. He's got the energy booster queued up just in case he wants to go for the Arcane Boots. I think he's going to finish off the mech first. There it is. And now they've got X marks the spot. He's glad he bought out. There's the X coming back into the Battery Assault as well as the Torrent. They've got the Blade Fury from Illidan. That should be a kill. The Vacuum's not going to take away Illidan. He's in that Blade Fury. It'll pull away Mitch, but the kill goes to Illidan, which is more beneficial for EPG.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Let's take a look at that fight recap. Just about 500
Dire's
worth going their
middle
way.
tower is under attack.
Pretty nice. We'll trade the kill for the tier 1 bottom. No real harm in that, but we take a look over at the tier 2. That's starting to get attacked by Mage and LeBron Dota. They're making the rotations out, trying to make something happen. Taz is showing himself. You gotta hope you can make something work out. LeBron, they're trying to maybe force the Shallow Grave out on himself. The Static Storm's gonna come down as well as the Sonic Wave. There's a vacuum wall in that Static Storm, so they've already brought down the Dazzle. They're turning their attention towards Mage. The Torrent's gonna stop this Night Stalker as the boat comes in. This might be too much for them to handle. They're gonna take out this Night Stalker as well as the Quap. Now running away is gonna be that Darkseer as EPG. They've survived the onslaught, just losing LeBron Dota. And it's another 2 kills for them, only losing a support. They're continuing to look to go in on the Morphling. The Torrent is gonna hit. They don't have hookshot used earlier in that fight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
So now they look towards Night Stalker. Comes a little bit too close. There's the X-Mark spot as well as the Torrent. They're going to continue to move forward. They get a couple of big crits coming in from Illidan. They'll get the kill from Mitch. The Battery Assault's going to continue to push away Gothix, who's forced to waveform to the low ground. They don't have Static Storm. They don't have Wall. Vacuum's up, but I don't know if they can make anything happen with it. Darkseer is actually going to get the deny on that tower, which is the silver lining. But they still, when all things are said and done, lose a tier 2. As well as losing a team fight. So let's see, Morphling up top in the trees. He actually TP's back to Shrine right into the hands of this Clockwork as well as the Kunka. They're going to try and line up the X-Mark spot as well as the Torrent. They've got the Battery Assault hitting down on this Morphling. He's going to try and activate this Shrine. That gets him back up to about half health. Now the Poison Touch is going to slow him down. Here comes the Waveform Boat to try and anticipate it, but he's going to end up going right. The Omni Slash comes through on the Morphling. They're using everything for him. He's actually going to be X'd out of it. He'll end up falling eventually, and now Taz comes in. He'll be forced to blink away. So 17-3 in favor of EPG. And actually over bottom, Mitch, he's locked up Night Stalker. The Vacuum's going to take him out of the cogs. He'll maybe make enough room for this Night Stalker away from the Battery. So they've got the Silence out as they're continuing to go in on the Clockwork. They throw a wall at him as well. Darkness is used. He's got that pipe to just mitigate most of this damage. They're continuing to dive in, and there's the Rocket Flare. They have to back off. They cannot even kill a Clockwork by themselves. 3-on-1.
Dire's top tower is falling.
Do it with flair.
So now they've taken out another tier 2. The only one that stands is on their bottom lane, and they look towards actually getting a tier 3. This is what you see with Ding Dong when they just outclass a team. It's just the constant aggression. They don't let the other team get what they want, and they continue to keep the pressure on and take fights that they know they just can't win. Still going after this tier 3 Illidan. No Omni Slash for 33 seconds, and Morphling's going to come in. He's going to replicate back. Nice. That is a dangerous play. Taz getting hit. Mage might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to try and get away. He's slowed up quite a bit. The pipe's going to come out from the Clockwork. That should keep him all well and good. They don't have wall because they wasted it on the clock. Rocket Flare comes in, and this is probably Mitch trying to set up for a hook. He has it available, going to try and go in deep. Hopefully he doesn't get blocked right onto the Morphling. Let's see if they can make anything happen with it. The Kinetic Field's going to be dropped. He's going to wait for him over to that shrine and heal himself up. They've got the boat coming in. They've taken out Taz. They're going to continue for more in both the Darkseer and the Night Stalker. They actually just look towards Rax, and they'll take those instead. X marks the spot, comes out on RMN. I forget net worth as I get too excited as the game's got quite a bit of action in it. Focus on trying to see the camera kills. I miss getting net worth. You mess something up, you try to make something better. Oh god.